What's up, everyone? God Tender Loving Kier. Alright, so let's start off the session with me helping you get a little bit wealthier, a little bit more knowledgeable, a little bit more further ahead. Now, what you need to know in the year 2025 is how to be a modern day Renaissance. If you look at our page, God Tender Loving Care, you'll see we have it all. You see, we have movies, books, productions, music, performances, films, services, everything. Now, one thing I'm going to introduce you all to is how to become wealthy, how to become rich. Why does that matter? Well, one of the books you should pick up is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a book that'll let you know the different paths in life that you can take. Now, if you want more content, you want more engagement, I'm going to need you all to subscribe and share this channel with your homies, with your friends, your acquaintances. We're at 543 subscribers, and we're working our way up to 1,000. Now, when we reach 1,000, I will see who has been part of the journey from now until then, give you all shout outs, maybe even whip out the presents, do some giveaways. So everyone, got tender love and care. We are gonna make you a little bit wealthier, a little bit richer, a little bit more happier, definitely a lot more knowledgeable. You want more engagement? I need the subscribers and the likes to go up. Our goal is 1,000. Share this page with everyone you know. So right off the bat, you will study with me. You will make music with me. We are currently in the lab. We are not in the music studio, but I'm just a few feet away to get to the music studio. And if you want to join this stream, let me know. Let's make it happen. I also do host a podcast. And I welcome you all. PK Assam, what's up? What part of the world are you reaching us from? I do see an Indian flag, the flag of India. What part of India? Or maybe you're in a different part of the world. Alright, so let's start off with QuickBooks. Let me know if you know what QuickBooks is. Do any of you know what NetSuite is? Do any of you know what SAP stands for, or what it is? So let's start off with SAP. We'll work our way backwards. Koya. Alright, Koya. What's up? What part of the world are you joining from today? Koya. Awesome, very awesome image that you have here. It looks like a white, what is it, a lion or a tiger? I can't really tell. It looks like a tiger because it has stripes. But just verify that with me. Koya. Koya says, God is good. That is also part of our success strategy. Brittany Marino, or as I like to say, Brittany Marino. Do you have Roblox? I accidentally downloaded Roblox, but I haven't played it. Let me know what about it. I don't know much about it. K Toto Ba 01 with a picture of, what is that, bread? Then we have Lutalo Mafane, who's asking, can I ask you something? Just looking at your image there, Lutalo Lamafane, that's the image that's the voice that I give you. Can I tell you something? K Toto Ba 01 says, yo, yep, I have Roadblocks. You know, I've played it in the past. I don't know much about it. Out of sight, out of mind. I do know that I accidentally downloaded it and I deleted it because I needed memory on my drive. But I can always re-download it. Tell me about it. Is it Legos? Is it Minecraft-ish? I don't know anything about that Roblox game. But thank you for sharing that that's what you enjoy. And a picture of bread. You know, bread is good. Bread is good. All right, everyone. So I'm gonna help you get a little richer, a little bit wealthier. We're gonna have fun in the process. You're gonna definitely learn a lot. Another question: do you have Roblox? Well, hey, K Toto BA01, talk to Brittany Marino, all the way up in the chat. They asked me. They were the first one to ask me about Roblox. No, I don't have it. I accidentally downloaded it and deleted it. Hey, but if you can make a case on why I should play it, right? Let me know and maybe I'll download it again and play it. So let's go all the way up to our questions and our method of making you all a little bit richer. So SAP is a robust enterprise level ERP system used for managing business operations from accounting to logistics and human resources. Doesn't mean much now, right? But why is it important? Well, finance. I know a lot of you know what finance is. If you don't, ask me, I will answer that as best as I can. Supply chain management, which you will see is known as SCM. Now, what is that? What is SCM, supply chain management? Well, what that is end to end supply chain operations. Then we have human capital management, which is HCM, tools for managing payroll, hiring and employee records. Finally, sales and distribution, SD, tools to manage sales order distribution and logistics. So, covering these topics, we're going to delve into Oracle. Now, one thing I like about Oracle is that there's something called Oracle University that many times has free resources. All you have to do is go to oracle.com and verify what's going on. The latest announcements are raise your game with the Oracle Cloud Application Skills Challenge. It's free. You have access to certifications, training, certs. I myself am part of the challenge. Salute. Who's going to be polite out there and give a blessing? So you can win prizes with Oracle, badges, certification. Why is this important? Well, if you want to build wealth, you want to get richer, you want to get ahead, that's why it's important. So, you just have to keep busy in a good way. So here in the chat, a lot of you are talking about gaming. Gaming is a hard area to really make money on. But if you do it right, you can make tons and tons of money. And one of the ways that I've seen people be successful with games is, what need does it provide in the society that you live in? Why should anyone care about your game? How is it going to make others happier, richer, healthier? For example, what are your most favorite games to play? Do you have to pay for the games that you play? Is it subscription based? Because one of the biggest ways to make money now is through subscription based services. What does that mean? Something like Netflix, where it's pretty much taking money out of your bank account every month guaranteed. And then you have to do an effort to unsubscribe. And a lot of the times you get specials. Hey, if you join for a year, you'll get it for this amount of money. And so people usually just let it roll over and roll over and roll over. Sometimes you don't even use the product. For example, one of my friends had Hulu and they never used it. And they told me they had it. They just said, yeah, I never used it. I used to use it for the first month. And then I just, downloaded everything or and never went back on. And I said, oh, well, I need to use Hulu. I don't really want to pay for it. Can I use your Hulu? And then I helped them go through the steps, contacting customer support, contacting their email, and getting access to it again. It was easy, but they didn't want to go the extra effort. So we had that deal. I was able to use their Hulu. I helped them get replugged into Hulu, but they hadn't been using it for months, yet they were still paying for Hulu. We have Michelle here in the chat asking if I play Fortnite. Michelle, uh, I've heard of Fortnite, but I haven't ever like really played it. Never had the time to play Fortnite. I have seen like other people play Fortnite, but I myself haven't played Fortnite. But good question, Michelle. Thank you for asking. Should I play Fortnite? Why? What is so special about Fortnite that you are highlighting that game? So far, we've had Roblox from a few of you. We have Fortnite from Michelle. Any other games? Anyone? So we're talking about how to make money, how to gain wealth, how to be happy. And a lot of you are advocating and asking about games, and it's good. So we'll definitely learn a lot more about games and technology. I do have a set list of games that I think will are pretty much like therapy. I know that in the community that I'm at, there was a conversation about, hey, aren't games distracting? Aren't games not a good thing? Shouldn't we keep people away from games? And I was probably the most neutral person there. Don't really have a stakes in the race. I know that I myself have tried games and trialed games, um, and I've even created and experimented with game making, but I didn't really argue for or against. If someone was for it, I argued something against it. If someone was against it, I argued something for it. I wanted to hear the different conversations. But ultimately, I'm very happy that you are all bringing forth the conversations about games because I came to you with money, how to make money, how to get wealth, how to be happier, how to be healthier. And a lot of you are bringing up games. So that's the way we're going to take this conversation here for this live stream. Now, one thing that I'm going to pose out to you all is, and I'm going to post this in the chat as well as out loud, is a very specific question in regards to next gen gaming. Consoles, PS5, which is known as the PlayStation 5 versus Xbox Series X. Which one is worth the investment? If you want to answer, answer. If you don't, don't. Up to you. I don't really have a stakes in the race. I don't really know which one is worth the investment. I don't own either. I have seen both, but I definitely don't have an argument for if it's worth the investment because it's very subjective. You may live in a community where it is. Now, how much does it cost? How much do the games cost? One thing that I do want to talk about at this very moment is I do find it very surprising that games have also undertaken the subscription model approach, like Netflix and Hulu. For example, one of the last times I ever gamed, I was culture shock because a new culture of gaming surprised me. And why did it surprise me? Because my buddies, my friends, my acquaintances who own the system, the hardware, and own the software as the game. So they own the hardware, the PlayStation or the Xbox, and they own the game, right, or games. Told me that yeah, I own the game, but there are in-app purchases. So it just didn't stop at owning the game. Like my era of gaming, you would buy the system, right? PlayStation, Nintendo 64, whatever it might be, Game Boy, whatever it might be, Game Boy Advance, and you would buy the game. You didn't necessarily have to buy something within the game. Like you could buy extras outside, like the magazines for cheat codes. You you can buy the special memory cards for more memory, but you didn't have to go out of your way to like do the in-app purchases. Like they're telling me, oh yeah, I bought it and I can play it now, but next month I won't be able to because I didn't re-up, I didn't reload my game. I'm like, oh, so you play these games, and you have to, and it's a lot of money. Like, but it might be worth it if you think it's worth it. I myself, I just couldn't do that at the time. I know that some games are free, and they get you. You know, there's a foot in the door where you're playing for free, and you get to test the game. RuneScape being one of those. Maybe Fortnite is one of those. You'll have to let me know and verify that for sure. So those are ones that I know that you can play for free, but then you can also be a member. And if you become a member, you have access to more things, more quests. So a talk on gaming is interesting. How can it make you wealthier? Well, if you are a creative person, you yourself can go out and create the games. You can make the games. You can help design them. In regards to being a professional gamer, that I know from personal experience is a very, very thin, small window. I mean, very, very few people are able to live on the money, wealth that they earn gaming. But what does that mean? I mean, I've known people who have tried to become professional gamers and they're really good, really, really, really good, but they're not good enough to be professional gamers. What have they done? They've created like these centers for gamers to go to. So I'm talking about centers with computers and PS, the latest PS systems and Xboxes, controls and specialized seats. So even though they're not making money off of being a gamer, they're making money off of being a business person in the gaming industry, and that's just one avenue. So how else do you all see methods for success for making money and wealth and being happy? Any other method? Otherwise, I do want to share with you free resources, one of them being Oracle University. Now, why is Oracle University important? Well, I'm going to find out right now. So if you're interested in this conversation, head over to our next live stream.